Let's forget about that.
What?
That people sleep. Some sleep in the daytime.
Oh, I don't at
But I'm
all.
not. Sadly, I'm not referencing the
Yeah, not us.
the Fish song. I think they sing some shit about that.
I don't know. I'm not a hippie.
Anyhow, man, who is you? Who are they? Antisocial experience 244. I was having some issues just with numbering. Like I have to I'm getting to the point where I have to triple and quadruple check my numbering scheme. Like when I do an episode of The Buzz, do something for open hours or after hours
This
for the
next one,
repair
2
channel.
buzz is 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then taking and doing the numbering for this, it just I'm gonna do away with all numbering systems, I think. I'll keep track.
Just use metric.
Yeah, right. It could work.
It's the only thing the Americans won't use. They're like, it's 3.5 hoagies long, but they will not use that fucking metric system,
Right.
dude.
Right.
No.
Dude, honestly, it makes me feel kind of stupid that we can't adopt a system that works the world around.
Everybody else uses the metric system. We're the assholes there.
You know what I think it is?
We're
I think,
assholes? Yeah.
well, other than that, I think people are scared to convert the temperature shit. I don't think they want to learn that system. I think that's like one of the roadblocks.
What, from Fahrenheit to Celsius?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's easy.
Right. But it eventually it meets up when you go negative.
Oh, yeah.
And then it starts creeping back apart again. But I think that's what stops most people from, if they were going to try and use it and convert it over, I think that scares them away. That's one of the brick walls they slam into, is the change in the temperature along with the metric measurements.
Well, even with like printing, I find myself like I make myself a brick wall because I'm like, man, that's gonna be tough and blah blah blah, until I actually just do it, and it's like, well, that was easy. But like I talk myself out of it 14 times before I actually do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if now's the right time because it's gonna be bad. But then I do it in 5 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah, I just stopped myself. Damn it!
I know.
I use digital calipers at work, and it by default, because they were bought in this country at the auto store, it boots up to inches. Like it turns on, or it doesn't boot up, it turns on to the default inches. I flip over to millimeters because let me tell you, I made some stuff that worked with the SAE, Standard American or whatever it is, engineering side, but I made stuff that fit perfect with the millimeter side. Like no joke, it worked.
That's why the whole world uses it except for us, because we're idiots.
Yeah, we'll catch up eventually, man.
Like Heinz.
So you said something today, right? I'm gonna touch on the wheatgrass.
What did you say before that? Oh, barley. Yeah.
Yeah, you tried to say barley and said barley. I'm like, I like barley too.
Yeah, I fucked up. Something happened here. Oh, there it is. Maybe? Yeah, okay, we're good.
All right. Yeah, wheatgrass, man. So a long time ago, for this actual repair shop, I went to a conference, and it wasn't cheap. Like I think it was a couple $100 a head to get into this conference. So the owner of the shop at the time paid for me and him to go and check some stuff out, and it was basically a learn how to go, and they were going to give you the secrets how to start a website with whatever you wanted, and know how to do the SEO and reverse engineer, like use the reverse search for engineering your website to sell stuff. And one of the examples they gave was this couple. I don't know if they were like in Canada or Vermont, Connecticut somewhere, but he's like, they started this website and it just exploded. And that's what they're selling, was wheatgrass and wheatgrass products and whatnot.
Really?
Dude, there was hundreds of people with coaches in that room on just going over stuff, researching wheatgrass that day. And I'm just like, I was walking around hearing all these people talking to like the coaches that were there to help, thinking like,
what the fuck is it?
I'd never looked into it. It's literally wheatgrass.
Damn it. No, here we go with this rabbit fucking hole.
So wheatgrass basically is the freshly sprouted first leaves of the common wheat plant, used in food, drink, dietary supplements, all kind of shit. And that's basically what these people were doing, was selling wheatgrass products, right? So, it's just freshly, before it dries out and turns to wheat and then they harvest it, it's when it's still green.
Oh, it aids in digestion.
Yeah, all kind of stuff, right?
It detoxifies your system too.
But there was so many potential wheatgrass tycoons in the audience that day.
I've never even met one wheatgrass tycoon, and you saw many at one time.
No, right?
Yeah, that's wild.
Now here's the kicker. You didn't just pay the couple $100 head fee to get in. Past that, it was like they had 2 packages. They had, like, the small and the big package, and one was, like, I think 3,000 or 3,100, and then they had another package for, like, 5,200 $5,200 that you would pay, and you would get help. You would get a professional coach to help you build your site and do whatever for the first, like, either 90 days or 6 months. It just so many people missing the bus on what the conference was about, and they heard something that worked, and everybody was trying to research that. Like, they were just so misguided and just l the point totally missed them instead of trying to formulate their own products, and anybody you could see how many people paid. They separated us into sides, and let me tell you, all the people that paid, like, $5,200, that side was much bigger than the small $3,100
Yeah.
package.
Well, let me tell you this, wheatgrass is like the second best fucking, plant next to marijuana, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Marijuana does everything, wheatgrass does almost everything.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, but, there was so many people, like, that was their next move. They were remortgaging the house, selling properties, getting rid of that classic car to start this wheatgrass website, and I'm like, "Oh my god." Like,
Wonder where they are now.
not selling wheatgrass, I guarantee you.
You don't think?
Not one of them.
Wonder what the market's like for wheatgrass.
Not one of them. Well, this was, like, almost 20 years ago, a long, long time ago. So, it's probably expanded some since then. But, yeah, that's my wheatgrass story, and I was like
I don't even have a wheatgrass story. I have
and
a story for everything. I don't have a wheatgrass story.
well, you do now, you can share mine.
That's not mine though.
But anyways, the owner started on it. I was like, "Don't even." I said, "I've been hearing wheatgrass everywhere. Everybody's gonna be the next next big wheatgrass salesman tycoon building empires with this shit." I said,
Rich Uncle Pennybags.
"Do something other than that. Printer ink, I don't care, something computer related, you know?" Yeah, it's just, oh, dear. I can't believe that many people paid that much money for
I can't believe that many people were into wheatgrass or even knew what it was. I was 39 years old when I found out what wheatgrass did and was. 39.
Hey, could be, you know? Yeah, no, I really didn't remember. I had to think about it, but I'm just like, this and the dude that was doing the comp was talking. He's like, they started this, and within weeks, they just started having sales and income, and they had to hire a team. Then they had to get a warehouse. And well, yeah, maybe that was one instance, but everybody here today can't do that same thing. It's going to collapse everybody.
Yeah. Do you wanna hear something wild too? I was in getting pot today at the dispensary. So last night or the night before, they messed up on the online thing and they made it so like basically the prices were wrong and you got like this dude got $1,100 worth of pot products for 120 bucks. Like it's like the dude at the shop was like, "Listen, somebody's probably getting fired over this, but like we have to honor it." I was like, "Holy
They
fuck."
actually honored
They
it.
did, man. You
No.
should have seen the fucking bag. It was cartridges like stuffed full like a pillow, dude. I
What did they do? Couldn't they get in trouble
it
for that?
was he said the computer guy's probably gonna get fired for it.
Oh. Oh,
But
what a
like,
typo, huh?
yeah, but dude, my face was like, he's like, "Yeah, when we updated at 3 in the morning." I'm like, "Honestly, you updated at 3 in the morning." I'm like, "Now I'll watch for it."
Right?
But
Right.
instead of saying like, I think it said product instead of like ounces or something like that. You know what I mean? You got this much product, so it made it just like an astronomical fucking amount. Like,
Kudos to them, seriously, in 2023, honoring something
yeah,
like that,
man.
because most people that make that mistake, they're gonna backpedal.
Oh,
Even
absolutely.
if people are throwing fits, walking out, saying they're gonna sue them, this, that, whatever, they're gonna not honor it and back out of it.
100%, man. Especially that amount, dude. That was like a fucking $1,000 loss right there, easily.
And you gotta think how many other people did that happen for?
He said the only 2 got through, but the other one was small anyway. But this one, dude, like I said, it was like a pillow full of fucking vape cartridges.
Oh my
It was
god.
insane.
Oh. Oh, that dude. Sorry
Yeah.
about your job, buddy.
Yeah, and the other guy who made out on it, "I ain't buying weed for the next 5 months," you know what I mean, on 120 bucks. Damn.
I mean, yeah, kudos on him too, getting
Yeah.
good coming up like that, but just that's a sad story, dude, losing
Yeah,
your job over a typo
it
or
sucks, but
uh
when that's your job to type, like, I get it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I get it. But no, moving on, we got past the wheatgrass story. going to talk about, AI. AI has been coming up a lot lately, okay? And there's numerous instances of it or different types of AI. There's the stuff they plug into robots and let them try and have conversations or solve problems. Then there's the artistic, like,
Yeah.
basically it's a computer server that it's AI based, and it'll generate art for you, generate other images, and then there's ones that'll generate text. Like you can go and ask it something, and here's what's scary about the one you can go and ask information to. Like, let me see if I can pull it up while I'm talking. If I can, I'll see if
Let's not forget about the original AI either, Allen Iverson, Philadelphia
right.
76ers, hooping.
So this is Chat GPT. I don't know if I can create an account or if I have to do something like that, but I'm gonna ask it a question if I can while we're sitting here. Anyhow, people are what's scary about this is some of the stuff, and I would hate just some of the things I've seen people do. People have generated awesome images, art with the stuff. And there's some people who are like the end of conventional art, the end of digital art, the end of art altogether, have made videos on it because of people generating these. And I tried it. I come down and I typed. It took a couple tries till to figure out what I had to do to get this AI image generator to spit something useful out. But I did, and I typed in something to the the picture that I went for was a cat-shaped, uh, AI drone, like a flying drone that looked like a cat, like attack drone.
Okay.
And I got this, like, steel it was, like, kinda, like, cute but menacing cat that had, like, the belly of it open. That's kinda like on the belly was open on the sides, and you could see some kinda, like, furnace, like, or power generator in there, and it was flying like, it was off flying toward it was at the edge of the screen flying off, but it was total sci-fi, like, Blade looked like something you'd see in Blade Runner or some other sci-fi movie, like a cat-looking attack drone, and I'm just like, "Oh my god." So, even with minimal experience, you can get it to spit out some image results. Then I've seen other stuff that I pray never happens to me. I understand. Do you remember being a kid? Did you have photo albums growing up before the time of cell phones?
Yeah.
Like, there's the family photo album. I still have a bunch of those pictures. I kind of, hang on to the stuff that I have, and I actually started building a photo album, but moved digital once I started carrying a phone every day. What I'm gonna do is try and empty out my Google Photos to an extent. I'm gonna start ordering photo books just of everything to, gather it up into an album. But, I've seen people take and for memorial services or funerals, whatnot, and generate images of whoever has just passed recently. And I guess that's a thing, in a sense. I mean, maybe that's something you wanna do or your family will wanna do, remember you going out and having a nice generated image, but then again, really, do you? Do you wanna remember that person from a fake image that never existed, was never taken by any camera?
No. And what also bothered me too is, like, when people take pictures of, like, the body at funerals.
That's kinda
That's weird to me, man, and I've seen a couple families do it through my life, and I'm like, "That's weird to me," and
no,
I
I'm not gonna lie, that's real
that's
strange.
morbid, man.
That's different on a on a that's next level, like,
Yeah, it's weird, man,
that's a
and I'm
not
saying it.
not the full send we were talking about when the dude, like, cut his own leg off in front of his daughter and stuff.
No, no,
That's
no, no,
that's a
no.
different full send,
But that's weird, man.
just trying to put yourself in that place, and you're gonna pull your camera out or your phone and
I'm talking these were like this was back in the day, so these were, like, pictures that was had to be developed and stuff.
oh, that's even
Like,
weirder.
who does that? And, like,
That's
they're like, "Oh, yeah, here's my pap at his funeral," and I'm like, like, neat."
yeah, how do you respond? Like,
With the word "neat."
is that wait, like, do you try to walk out of that conversation quick and switch the conversation?
Yes. Yep, you hit abort, the red button, and you bail, dude, eject.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, my feelings, I hope I never end up as an AI generated image after I pass, and,
No, and it all goes back to Rambo once again, because it always goes back to Rambo. When he says, "Rambo, these are the greatest blah, blah, blah. These are the greatest weapons in the world." Rambo turns around, he's like, "Oh, I thought the mine was the best weapon." But he's correct. If we take everybody's minds out of it and just let this AI do it, like it's gonna ruin. It's gonna ruin everything.
Yeah. No, it is. And
Next thing you know,
that's
there'll be businesses on Front Street that's just open 10 hours a week, and somehow we're not even getting there.
well, here's the thing. This chat, like it's a chat GPT. It's an AI thing for like learning and text based and whatnot. And you can have it create a podcast description, a video description. You can ask it questions and whatnot and get the answers. If I think I have to create an account, but I'm going to keep looking into it while we're sitting here. But for example, if I had an account, we may be able to, I may be able to be like, who are and I've seen somebody else do this. I don't think we have near big enough show, but we are out there in the Google SEO sense. But I could ask about this podcast and who are the hosts. And I'm guessing that it would probably pull up every host that's ever been on that was name credited, you know? But just the fact that you could do that, and if the information is incorrect, you can correct it. Okay. And when I saw these people doing it, it went one step further. It apologized and said, sorry, the info I got you was wrong. And it redid the whole output and put out the correct info with
Oh
what
my
you
god,
told it.
that's Skynet shit.
Right. But what happens when somebody goes in and starts feeding it information about you that isn't correct or about it's not us doing it?
So it's like Wikipedia in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's scary level shit.
Uh huh.
That's it, what happens if everybody can control Skynet? Uh, You don't know. They didn't make that movie yet.
Mm.
Only one place controlled it, Skynet.
Yeah. Sarah Connor. Shit.
No, AI is interesting in the fact that, and to not to rip off another person, but to try and say it, quote them or say it as they said it. I think it can be a good tool if you use it as a tool, but
It shouldn't be the.
it shouldn't do the work for you. Like, let's say we just started
It's not scrubbing bubbles
right.
where they do the scrubbing for you.
Right, right. No, but I mean, let's say we started laying out each of these episodes each week with it. It comes out with it nails it pretty close, but it come out with some weird stuff that you would if you don't go correct it, it's gonna look bad when people come across it. But if you do go and correct it, you can get a fine-tuned result. But a lot of people are relying on it to do the heavy lifting instead of using it as like a lift assist or using it just, to
Mhm.
help out a little. They're relying on it too much. And it's like, damn, like you said, everything's gonna be ruined.
Yeah. Next thing you know, they'll take our thoughts away.
You're not signing up for Elon Musk brain chip to get LinkedIn?
But and I hate to say it, it's kind of true.
Yeah, no, I'm not signing up for it either. I don't wanna be part of that conscious hive mind, you know? No thanks. No
Like all
thanks.
those people dropping dead, like in their 20s of heart attacks now. All of a sudden, you think that's a fucking?
It
Think
could
that's a coincidence? I don't.
I don't know, man, it could be something.
Yeah,
Yeah, a coincidence? No, I
yeah.
don't tend to believe in
Something new that was introduced into the body within the last year. Hmm. Wonder
yeah,
what that could be.
I don't tend to, believe in coincidences too much.
No, they don't exist, man.
But no, and moving on, I mean, we've getting back to the title of the episode, "Who is you? Who are they?" Just forget my total grammatical error there. That's not how you should say that at all. I think it would be, "Who are you? Who are they?" But I just had to speech it right, you
But
know?
like, who is you is Phillipsburg. So like, I've heard these people say that.
Yeah, well, I had to speech it right,
Yeah,
being a native,
yeah,
can't let people down.
yeah, yeah. Fucking
But
natives.
no, it's, and what that is, okay, is let me see if I can pull up the description for today's episode by clicking on the show more. So it's do you know what you're responsible for? Is it you creating your content, that project, an equal partner, a friend? There may be some words that you want to say beforehand. In other words, like we're working together on something, and many times you'll either like when we're done and cleaning up, you jumped in, you're just like, "Hey man, I'm here. We'll clean this up." And other times you're like, "You good? Because you got stuff to do." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just got to clean up and get ready for Monday, or after the buzz or whatever." But I think it like we had the conversation when you started the buzz. Kind of, I was like, "Yeah, I'll do all this stuff. You do that." And we know what each is responsible for that show,
Uh-huh.
as well as this one or whatever, whichever show we happen to be working on. And I think if I think if you don't have that conversation, if you're working with somebody, you have an editor editing videos or whatever, and then you start expecting them to do more, and you didn't have the conversation ahead of time, down the road, I think it gets is where it gets a little wacky.
Well, yeah. I mean, essentially, you're just keep throwing more and more of a workload on somebody and not.
Right, right, right. Like, all of a sudden, like, in the beginning of the buzz, I'm like, "Look, you do that, I'll do this, I'll do the back end,
Mhm.
run the electronics," and then when I'm like, I'm just like, "Hey, I got shit happening. The repair shop's busy. You gotta edit and do all that shit this week or for the next month." You're just gonna be like, "What? Something you've never done." And I really, since we had the conversation beforehand, it would be super unfair from my side and unfair to you, not unfair to me, but unfair to you for me to expect like somebody that's just supposed to host and book and do what you do and me to throw my workload onto you.
Or
Like,
vice versa. I'll be like, "Hey, you're hosting this week."
yeah, 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 I'm a great solo host. It's like, "Jimmy's not here.
And you're like, "I have to get the yeah, guess too."
No size 13 shoes here today, people. You get 10 and a half."
Speaking of which, that reminds me, I'm getting you this sticker. I forgot. I've had this 6 times now. I just wanna pull it out so I remember it. But keep going. Sorry.
But yeah, no, I think if you are working with a person, if you are doing something together as a project, I think it's worth saying that, hey,
Yeah, set the you know what I mean?
the
Set the bar.
responsibilities,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
expectations.
That's the word I was looking for.
What is that?
I need 4 of these.
Oh,
Yeah, stepdad.
yeah, yeah, I'll make it
Okay.
up, man. What color? That color?
Yep, same exactly.
Is that clear behind it?
Yes.
I have to order some stuff, but I can
That's
do it.
fine. No hurry on it.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think, yeah, just talk about expectation. If especially, if you're doing a solo show, I'm doing repair content. I can't blame anything on anybody there. That's me doing that. I can't be like, I can't get mad at the guy editing. That's me. I can't expect so and so to do anything for my personal channel because that's me doing.
But
But if you are working with somebody, you have an editor, and I don't like to use the word co-host. I guess that's when somebody creates a show and somebody gets invited on. I guess that's proper terminology, but I hate it. It's like it sounds so cringe to me saying co-host. That's why I tend to use the word host no matter who we're talking about here. I want I want all parts of hosting for the people talking ridiculous shit into the mics to be equal.
yeah.
Whether it's been 5 years or 3 years, 2 years, 2 episodes, I call that person host, because that's exactly what they did. But yeah, just know what it is that you're each responsible for.
And what you expect out of everybody.
Yeah. Just like I said, man, I would I would probably run away and be like, "We gotta cancel," if I had to host the buzz out of the blue.
Probably have to shut it down right in the middle, man. Pull the
Yeah.
plug.
I get like 2 questions, "Alright, thanks, bye," and it'd just be like black screen.
I'd do it too, man, in an instant.
Let me tell you, man, I watch you do it every time you record an episode, and granted, it's not live, but I watch you record them, talking to people, and I'm like, "That's tough to do." Granted, when you're just talking into a mic and there's nobody you're talking to, that would be one step tougher. But talking to somebody that's online, they have audio problems, the audio's cutting out, their camera's freezing.
The delay.
Yeah, delay, that makes it tough. But just the simple aspect of being alone on the camera this side makes it, I think, a couple clicks scarier than this situation of
Oh, absolutely, dude.
having to host.
I
Because
don't get nervous about this at all.
no, but that
Yeah,
I get nervous about
I get
that.
nervous about it too, man, because musicians are, you know, they're you know what I mean? They're, they're touchy
There's
people.
all types of
Yeah, and, like,
musicians.
you just like you said, you don't know what you're gonna run into. It's, I don't know. And, some people don't like to talk either, man. Like, you know what I mean? I know what I'm getting out of you every week. Like, I don't know what I'm getting the next person, you know what I mean? Some people are like, yeah, right to the point, you know what I mean? They don't really explain anything, and it's like, "Okay, so anyway, like, we gotta you know what I mean? I'm looking at the
You
time, like,
gotta keep them talking. And no matter, even if you would ask them a question and they respond and they're like, "Yeah," like that. Even if you sit there and delay, no matter how long you delay for, they're not gonna have anything beyond like, "Yeah," like that to say, and they're waiting on you at that point. Some
uh-huh.
people are just
Yeah,
they 1, 2 word answers
I
and that's
know,
it.
yeah. It
Yeah,
can make it tough.
I have always feared having somebody come on with a 1 or 2 word answer and just because that would, like, deadpan the situation, I think.
It almost does, yeah, there's been a couple times just
Well,
I don't
you
know.
gotta start like it's like you're fighting for air, like trying to get to the surface of the
Well,
water.
you're trying to just trying to control the whole conversation, yet trying to keep it going, and like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Get it going, keep it going, leave it open, get that person talking. And I've also noticed sitting this side back end while producing that content, technically listening while it's being recorded. But some people start out like that as soon because the music, the credits roll, the music plays, you come in, do your whole intro, and then they come on and they start out. I think we did a couple where we just like got them on and then started. I'm like, you're like, I'm going to do my thing. Come on. Cause they had a time limit. So, and we just did it quick and they started out with short answers. But as the conversation went on, they started opening up, talking more and more.
yeah, because I don't know all these people either, you know what I mean? Like,
No,
you
no,
know,
definitely not.
but, it's definitely different, and, like, dude, the whole I don't know, like, just I definitely get more nerve-wracked about that too than, like, anything, just 'cause like you said, yeah, I don't know what I'm getting, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, for sure. I often wonder, like, I've never like wondered it, but saying it now, I'm like, has anybody ever gotten mad, like thought we under promoted, sharing and trying to make a social media post and having their links there, or like we missed an important link or something. Every time I'm typing a description or whatever, and I want to get it proofread by you or whatever, I'm just always like, man,
yeah,
I
because I
hope
go
I,
in after and like I did this week, add all those hashtags and shit like
oh
that, so it's
yeah,
more, but I
yeah,
check all your stuff, but yeah.
yeah, it's like, I hope I get the relevant info there for the premiere. I
Yeah.
always try to anyways.
And dude, I was up for it this time, and I legit my phone was on silent, and that's why I missed you by, like, an hour when you were like, "What's the title?" And I was like, "Ah."
Ah,
But remind me from now on, the title's gotta be 5 letters or 5 words.
yeah,
So
yeah.
and I had it 4 that time, so I put in, like, I edited it and put in what's in the punk box, so it was 5.
Nice, nice cover, nice
Yeah.
recovery, man. Nice recovery.
Algorithm shit, you know?
But yeah, and I think we can both speak from experience that it's a serious, if you're trying to do a syndicated audio show like the other portion of this is, it's
Yeah.
just an audio only thing, or you're trying to do an interview show on YouTube, it's a serious workload. Other than just doing the show, the work that comes along with it is a serious workload. Not just not the back end and the editing, but everything that you do with the promoting, the social media, the booking, and sometimes you want a team to do that stuff to make each person's load lighter. But
And,
other
like, yeah.
times, maybe you can do it all.
Right, and just, like, like, with that comes the mingling and the, you know what I mean? Going to these shows, like, you know what I mean? Because I gotta find these people somehow, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that part of it sometimes, it can be exhausting, but, what else does it do?
Yeah, I mean the bonus is you do get to hear some good music.
Right, and I've picked up customers that way, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely perks of it, like, I can talk to cool people, like, and that's like, there's definitely more perks to pros and cons, but
Yeah, that's
it's a lot of work sometimes.
I don't know. Like you said, just let your expectations be known.
Yeah, and we're not artificial intelligence, this is all intelligence here.
Yeah, right. You're smartest people on the internet. We had a pink cup that wasn't pink, said it was pink that knows so. Go back to that episode if you doubt. We're the two smartest individuals on the
Yeah, and
internet.
if not, just go back to the other 243 and watch them all.
No, it's the other thing too, as you work with somebody, you kind of get a rhythm for what each other
Oh,
does.
yeah, man.
Because imagine like if I'm like, hey, I can't make it this week, but Tim's coming on. And he's gonna sit in my chair. You know what I
It's gonna
mean?
be completely different,
Yeah,
and
it
I'm
would
gonna be
be
completely different, you know what
a
I mean?
different chemistry.
Yep.
Or it's like you can't make it, and I have a previous host on, or just get a guest that's never been on. It's gonna end up being a different rhythm to the show, a different feeling overall. You know? Yeah, major ups, major kudos to the people that do completely solo efforts, solo shows, solo projects, channels. That is a
Yeah,
workload, man.
it's tough. It's tough.
I also think that, like, and we've both spoken about this numerous times too. I think we're like, look, if this ever becomes like work, where it's not fun and it's dreaded,
We'll go.
yeah, shutting it down.
Yep, it'll go, man.
Yeah, shut it down. Do something
It's like
else.
I do with the buzz, when I get fed up or something with it, I just don't stop doing it
Yeah,
until I'm ready to again.
yeah, and that's the thing too. If you are doing something, a collaborative effort, and you have that conversation of, "Hey, if this becomes like work, we're just not gonna just shut it down for a bit or shut it down permanently," you know?
Yeah.
I think taking a break is good, and we've done them from time to time, probably not near often as needed, but
I just don't feel like it even I don't know, with both of us out here at times too, I just don't feel like as much goes into this as it does the buzz, like all the setup and the you know what I mean? I don't just feel like the nerves are even there, you know what I mean? Because I know we're both nervous every time because we don't know what we're gonna get.
no, it's something, man. It's as equally fun as it is anxiety inducing or scary.
Yeah.
I'll put it like that.
Yeah, and the anxiety and the scariness is almost the fun part of it, oddly enough.
Yeah, same reason how people tune in. What's Stern gonna say next?
Right.
I come out thinking like, what the hell is gonna happen today?
Like, "Oh boy, here we go."
Right. All right. Gotta go do the day job at night, people. Remember, new audio episodes publish every Sunday at 5. Go get your podcast wherever through your app. You have an iPhone, open up Apple Podcast, Android. There's many apps in the Play Store. PC, Mac, there's ways to do it. I think on PC, iTunes is still a thing, and Mac, I think they have Apple Music or possibly Apple Podcast on the Mac. I don't use Macs too often these days. But yeah, new audio episodes, Antisocial Experience, published every Sunday at 5. If you're an audio person, if you're not, and you're a video person, we thank you for being here.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes, definitely. With that being said, treat each other nice, be good people, and we'll see you next week. Oh, and he stumbles, he stumbles, he stumbles.